Right, hi guys, it's time to go again. This is what we've got so far. We've got our big envelope, that's our base that we're building off. Then we've got this little pocket here, envelope, whatever you choose to call it. It's gusseted, so you get quite a lot of stuff in there. That's nice. And then the last time we built this one, which is more than it seems. It's got, let me just get a little bit of card here. It's got a pocket here, so get a nice tag in there, and a pocket here, and then a little tuck there, and a little tuck there. So it's quite nice, that one actually, I like it. And then over the page we've got these two big pockets. They aren't gusseted, but you'll still get a nice tag in there, and a nice tag or two in there, I would have thought. So it's time to move on. We've done one that side, so it's time to do another one this side. So what I have done so far is got myself a piece of card, and I've cut off 8 3/4. So this piece now measures the full width 12 by 8 3/4 tall. And I've got myself another lovely remnant. Yay! So, it's time for the scoreboard. So, I want to score this at, let me see what it says, at 4 3/4. I'll write these down for you in a second. 4 3/4. And 9 3/4. 9 3/4. And that's it, apparently. No hinge, no nothing on that piece. So, I'm going to have to get creative with the hinge. So, where do these fold? That's the question. Not there. So that, I think, folds that way, and this folds that way. Yes, that's it. Okay, so there we have it. That's what it looks like. This folds that way, and that folds that way. And what this is going to do is create a little pocket, side pocket. Come on, get your words out. So let's ink around that so we know where we are, because as bits get added to this, as you can see, there's no hinge at all on this section, so we're going to have to add a false hinge to this, and I'll show you how to do that. It's not difficult, it's absolutely not difficult. I'm still running scared of my vintage photo. I've never been scared of an ink pad before. So I'm going to ink all the way around here. Like that. I do love this memorandum paper. I really do. And then I want to ink all the way around here, because I can see that white core of the paper showing through, and I really don't like that. And then let's just bone fold at that end so I've got a nice sharp edge. This dark bit can take a bit more ink, actually. So I might just go down here again because it's not showing up too well. There we go. So I will need to ink, no doubt, this crease. Can't actually remember what happens with this page. It'll be interesting as I go through to find out what I decided to do with it. And then, is that it? That's it for this side. So here, same thing all around it. I'm going to use plenty of ink for this because this is quite a dark page. I haven't really shown any preference at all to which page I'm selecting. It just so happens it's the next one in the book, in the memoranda book. Okay, there we go. Oh, maybe better put some ink down there. You never know what's going to show. Right, okay. So that's what we've got so far. Then let me take a look at what it looks like. That stays like that. Right, so it would appear that that folds that way on. Here we've just got this long side pocket. Then here we've got two pockets that go on. Same as the last time. Let's stick this down first. Then we'll feel like we're making some sort of progress. So just top and bottom and stick that down. You could halve it if you wanted to. You could make it like that and have two tuck spots. I quite like the idea of having quite a big one and get a nice big journaling card or something in there, can't you? When we come to decorate it. There we are. So this one's got the two pockets on, and it's exactly the same way that we put the pockets on the last video. So let's see what I've got, if I've got any pieces in my remnant pile that are big enough. I don't think I have. I've got that, but no, I haven't really got any. So I'm going to have to go back to my, apart from this one, I could make just one pocket. I could, I suppose, just make one pocket. Yeah, let's do that. Seems to make more sense to me than just, you know, pulling a new piece from the pad, because I'm stingy like that. So I want that just in from the edge, and this one just in from the edge. So there's my mark. Let's cut that off. And then this is one with a really raggy top. I don't want that for my pocket, so I'm just going to take as little as I possibly can off that. There we go. And that leaves us with a pocket to go there. And really that's all we need, I think. Yeah, I think so. So I just want a thumb notch in that, and it measures a little over 4.5. So I'm just going to make my centre mark there. Can't be that far out, surely. Hopefully not. There we go. Yeah, right. Oh, right down my cleavage again. I know you don't need to know that, but it's just incredible how it always does it. So let's ink around this. So this was a simple page. But there's more to come. Of course, there's always more to come. You wouldn't love the flippy flappies if they didn't have a fair bit of construction in them. Somebody in the comments yesterday, was it? No, I don't know. Maybe last week, I can't remember, told me that they'd actually made 7 of those big flippy floppies that I made. 7. My goodness. You must know it much better than I do. So that's going to go there. That's fine. That will be sufficient. Let's stick that on. Glue. So, you know, I'm always heartened to hear that videos I've put out there have kind of struck a bit of a chord with you, and you like them and you're enjoying them, which is great. And even if you're not working along with me, not making this project, I think some of you still like to see how a flippy floppy is constructed. And the wild musings of my brain. Right, so let's just place that there. That is looking nice. Looks perfect there, I think. Lovely, that's great. So that's just one pocket, but really it looks fine. By the time we've put something in the pocket and decorated the pocket itself, yeah, I think we'll be fine. There we go. Right, so that folds over like that. And I know you're dying to know how to attach it to the book, but that will come. We have another problem now. Well, it's not a problem, is it? It's not a problem. None of it's a problem. Which is a full-size window pocket. Right, now I am going to have to pull from the book because I haven't got anything that size in my remnants. So, well, this is the next page up, so let's do it. Seems to keep the damage at the top to a minimum if I tear the pages off as I come to them. So I've got this side, which I have to say is really nice, or this side, which is the pretty floral one. I think I'll go for the pretty floral one. I seriously can't get my words out today. Yeah, it's just something different, isn't it? So let's see where we want to put it. We want it, well, I'm going to have to measure it actually, because I want to make it a gusseted pocket. Because these full-size pockets, if they're not gusseted, they're not great. You can get something in and that's about all. So coming in from the edge a little bit, I make that 4.5. So I'm going to add a 1/2 inch gusset to it either way, which makes that 5.5. So let's cut that off at 5.5. 5.5. I've got things everywhere. So last night Catkin brought in a mouse. I mean, he does bring things home through the night. He does hunt at night. And you can see he's just sort of made it through the back door and just dropped whatever he had in his mouth. But this time it was alive. And he brought it in, I think, to play with. But it went under one of the sets of drawers. Yeah. So Mr. F manfully persuaded it to leave, and it did. And he caught it in a little box and he let it go just outside. So, well, not just outside, a ways outside, but it was still absolutely fine in one piece. Right, so this height here is I'm making that just over 8.5. And I don't want the pocket to come right to the top, almost to the top. So say 7 3/4, but I want a 1/2 inch gusset on the bottom. So that's 8 1/4. So I need to cut this to 8 1/4. So I'm going to have to get this fella out again. Eight and a quarter, which is there. Lovely. Nice remnant. I love my big Tim Holtz cutter, my trimmer. Just love it. Right, so here's our piece to make our pocket for the front of there. So let's score in the gusset lines. That just sounds wrong, doesn't it? Gusset's one of those words. It never sounds right. Doesn't matter how you say it. It just doesn't sound right. So I'm going to score 1/2 inch on all sides, not the top. So the other 3 sides. And I'm just turning the paper as I go because it's easier for me to score it there. So it's 1/2 inch on those 3 sides, not the top. We're going to put a thumb notch in that. So I'm just going to clip off from the score line down there like that, down there like that, and then when you come to the corners, just clip into the corner and then out again, into the corner and then out again. So that's our gussets. So just fold those over. Like that. Lovely. Perfect, perfect. So let's just put the thumb notch in now, and then we can go around it. So that says 4 1/2, so 2 1/4 is where I want my thumb notch. Yeah, caught it before it went down where it shouldn't go. So let's give that an ink around. Oh, there's blooming ink. It's amazing how much nicer things are when they're inked. To my mind. I appreciate that's not how everybody feels. Right, so there we have it. There is our full-sized gusseted pocket. Now I just want to throw something else into the mix. I want to use one of the Tim Holtz transparencies. So let me look out the larger ones of those. Not you, butterfly. I'm pulling out everything here. A rose. Oh, they're gorgeous, these. I love them. This one. Is that all? Is that all of the big ones? Yeah, I think so. Okay. So my idea is to make a frame and put that behind it. Not necessarily that one, but something like that. So I've got this beautiful rose here, which is gorgeous. That one, I don't know, it's like a fairy dell or something, I'm not sure. This one, I love that one, it's beautiful. That one, it's pretty much all text. I like that, but maybe not here. This one with 3 large flowers in it, that stands out nicely. And that one, oh, it's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. So yeah, I think that one. So let's pop the other ones back safely in there. Oh, there was one other one, but I don't think it's one I wanted to use. There's that one with the spotty dotties. Let's pop them back over there where they live. Right, so I want to create a frame for this in my pocket. So how much does this measure? 3 3/8 convenient measurement, and it's 4 3/4 tall. Now I obviously need the frame slightly less, otherwise that's going to fall through it. So I think what to do is this. I'm going to go on the back here. I'm going to put that down where I want it, fairly sort of central and fairly level, and I'm going to draw around it. That looks fairly central to me. Yeah, not bad. I've got lines on my paper, so that's going to help me. And I think that's all right. Right, so let's just draw around that. So this is going to tell us the furthest reaches. Just being careful not to move it too much. There we are. So I've got that square, rectangle more correctly, in there. So now I need to come in from that, not much because I don't want to cover up too much of this, and cut that out. So let's get brave and do that. So with my knife, if you've got a die that is exactly the right size, please feel free to use it, but I don't. I'm just going to have to darken those lines a bit because I can't really see them. That's better. Where's that bottom line? There. Mr. F's cutting the grass out the back. And this one at the top. So now we can see that's the extent of that transparency that we had. So now I'm just going to come in as little as I dare really, and I think that might be 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to come in 1/4 inch. This is purely experimental. It may not work. Actually, I need to draw that in, don't I? Well, let's just give it a go. So I'm going to come down what I think is 1/4 inch and then leave what I think is 1/4 inch at the bottom. And do that all the way around. Tension guys. It's very tense. This is slightly different to how I made the other one, which is why I'm being a bit more careful. There we go, we've got that out. Keep that, that's a good remnant. And always put your blade away So let's see if that is actually going to fit in there, and I think it will fit nicely in there. So let's stick that down. You could use double-sided for this if you want to. It's a good way of doing it. You don't get any splodgy bits. But I'm just going to use a very thin bead of glue just outside the frame that we've just cut. There we go, that should be okay, I think. So let's get that there. We've got the lines that we drew out to tell us exactly where to put it. Oh, doesn't that look so pretty? But one thing about it is it's going to be going onto this dark, this part here, and you really can't see it that well. Can't see the pattern. So what I intend doing is getting some, I've got some cream, it's off-white really, creamish, copy paper. It's just copy paper, it's not thick. And excuse me, and I intend to just put that behind it, and look, I mean, it just comes to life when it's like that. So I want a bit of copy paper that's going to cover that. So let's just make some measurement marks on there, and on here, like that. So let's cut that out, and we can do that on the smaller trimmer. Got remnants everywhere now. So there's nothing exact about this, it's just you're covering. You cut. I'm running out of room for my remnants. You're just more than covering the transparency on the back, that's all. So, yeah, got room there, perfect. So I'm just going to put some glue down for that. That should be fine. Just stick that on. Lovely. Yeah, I mean, that just looks so much more vibrant, and when we put it onto here, we're not going to lose any of that vibrancy. It's really, really pretty. It's lovely. So, now to prepare this. So, I need some washi tape. Here we go. Here's some. So I just want to put a little bit of washi tape over the top of this edge. Otherwise, things that you put in your pocket will get stuck, and you'll curse and cry. And don't blame me. There we go. So bone folder that down. You want that really flush. So anything you put in is not going to get stuck on that. That feels nice. Right. So I think it's time now. I think we've built that up. I think it's time to stick it down. So what I'm going to do is fold up my bottom edge first. I'm going to use collal because I'm a bit chicken that way. So just on the bottom, don't do the rest quite yet. just pop that in the centre of that panel, which is about there. Lovely. Give that a good press down. Fold that up like that and press it down. And then what I want you to do, and I think you'll thank me for it, is get your washi out again and go over that edge, because I'm telling you, I've lost patience with trying to put things in deep pockets like this, and or any pocket actually, and you can't get right to the bottom. It catches and it drives me doolally, I can tell you. Doesn't take much to drive me doolally because I'm kind of halfway there, but I just find if you've got that, it just slides right over it and right to the bottom, so you're getting full purchase out of your pocket. That's lovely, that's there. And then we can just put our glue on the sides. I'm going to use my white glue now because I know where they're going, so it'll be alright. Come on, remnants. Thank you. Get yourselves organised. I'm just going to bone folder that in a bit more. It's not exactly creased down, that's better. So just put your glue on. I do hope that you're keeping up. I'm trying to give you every chance of keeping up by releasing these videos, you know, alternate days really. I'm aiming in an ideal world to put these out Monday, Wednesday and Fridays. That way then we'll soon get through it. But somebody was saying to me that they don't like it when people are doing these step-by-step things and then they come on the next video and they've kind of finished it and not shown how they've done it. I don't do that. I don't like working like that. If I'm going to show you how to do something, you're going to see every step, whether you want to or not. And then you can decide whether you want to include certain things. So there we are. Let's just catch hold of this, fold that over, and there we go. It's ready to stick down. So isn't that a really pretty pocket on there? It's really gorgeous. And we can get full purchase with it because we can go right to the bottom. So it's a good big pocket. Now then comes the knack of attaching this to our book with absolutely no visible means of doing so. So that's that. You open it up, you've got this pocket here, you've got a tuck there. Then on the back, so far, we have nothing. But we will have something. What's going on here then? Oh, I see, that's all. Right, that's the envelope, that's the little one. That's that one. So this one wants to go on to this side, kind of like that. So it's the side that's blank, that's got nothing on it. So we want to make ourselves a hinge, but I wanted to do double duty. Now those of you that followed me when we did the mega purple flippy flappy, this is not a new method to you. I want to create the hinge coming from the back of there and then going over here to create a tuck pocket, side tuck pocket, and I'll show you how to do that. So from this remnant that we had here, I want to make it about well, let's see what size tuck pocket we think we might fancy. About 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Then I want a little bit, sort of quarter for a hinge, so that's 2 1/2, and then about 1 inch for the spine piece, so about 3 1/2. And I'm going to use this one side or the other, I don't know which, so I'll cut that off at 3 1/2. 3 1/2. There we go. Still got a remnant piece left. Yay! And I want to make that whatever height this is. Pencil. So I'm just going to hold that up to there and just mark it at the bottom, which is there. Cut that off. Lovely. So what I want to do now is score an inch. Actually, which side do I want, the flowers or the writing? I quite fancy having the flowers next to this actually. So I'm starting from this side then. I want to score an inch. Then an inch and a quarter, and that's for the spine. I think I'll also put a line in between those, an inch and 1/8, and we'll see how much it needs. It'll take up what it needs itself. And then this bit here is our side tuck pocket. Right. So it's going to go like that. So that's going to be the side tuck pocket on there, and then this is going to be our hinge. So let's just fold these lines over, these score lines, and then it can sort of please itself which one it wants to use. And it can grow with us, you know, as we add ephemera and stuff, it'll have room to grow. So that's that. Yeah, I probably need to do them on the other side as well and ink them. So just take your time, it's worth doing this. It's better than getting to the end and going, oh, I can't shut my journal. Which we've all had happen, I know. So I'm building in, expanding seams, if you like. That's great. So that's going to go onto there like that, onto the back of there. This is going to be our hinge. This is the bit that you'll see. That's going to get tucked under the thing. Right, okay. So let's do some inking. Lovely. So I'm just going to ink these, so I'm not sure what's going to be visible and what isn't. My poor brain can't work that out. There we go, so that's going to be there like that. So you will see this bit in here. So let's ink these. So you really do have to take your time when you're making these flippy floppy things, but I guess that's why we like them. We like the challenge and all the construction. At least I do. And I know that a lot of you do as well, because you're following along. And that heartens me no end. It's awful when you release a project and nobody likes it. So, next thing we need to do really is stick this pocket onto there. So, let's get that the right way up so you can see what I'm doing. So it's going to go on there like that. So let's just glue it. I'm just going to fold that in at the first score line that we did. So like so, a little bit down here. My hands are very steady this morning. Excellent. Along the bottom. There we go. And I'm just checking where it needs to go. It needs to go on this side. So, get that right there. Get that right at the top. I think that's perfect. So I'm just going to press that down. Make sure it's stuck nicely. And then we can get our piece, our back piece. So that's that, that's that. So it needs to go here. So it's going that way. I really hope I'm explaining this properly. So that's going to go like that, and then we want this to come over there and to sit comfortably where it wants to sit. Right, so I need some glue on here. This one is a little bit more fiddly, let's say, because you're adding the hinge on later. I mean, you might have to watch this a couple of times, especially the hinge bit, but hopefully I've explained it well enough that you can understand it. I really hope I have. I'm sorry if I've let you down, guys. So take this, and that's going to go somewhere like there, but I'm not committing to that quite yet because I want to fold that over. So that's really flat, that's really nice. Not quite straight, but I think that's fine. Looks good. Yeah, I think that's all right. Don't think it's quite straight. Let's just bring that in a little bit. Yeah, I'm happy with that, I think. There we go. Is that what my other one looked like? Let's just take a peep and see. It's this one, isn't it? No, that's not what it looked like. Ah, I must have put it onto this one. Well, I'm sorry guys, that's what we've got instead. Yeah, it's not quite right. That it should have been onto the back of here. which case that would have flopped all the way. Sorry, we've got 2 pages here instead. But it's not the end of the world, looks all right. Looks okay. I'm just going to bring that over to there and just bone folder that. So there we go. It's not quite as flippy and floppy as it should be, but there's still a couple of flaps there. So it's not all bad. Right, so the next one, which we'll do next time, is the page that goes here. Yeah, I can't really get that up because I'd have to take that up and then it would ruin that. So, no, just going to have to live with that. But I think it's okay. It's quite nice. All right, so thank you for joining me. I'm sorry I've just made a bit of a hash of that, but it's not the end of the world. And I will see you very soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye.